Hello, Blue Group. So we're going to start a fresh new week with a fresh new lesson. So we're going to head to 8-3. It is on page 374 in your textbook. You will also need your measurement and geometry book out as you take these notes. Obviously, go ahead and pause me and write things down. Today I didn't show you my book, but yet I wrote things on the board for you. I think it should just fill like maybe one page in your book. So we're going to learn about 4 types of angles today. And they're called complementary, supplementary, vertical, and congruent. And a complementary angles, those angles are made because when you add them up, they add up to 90 degrees. And here is my example on the left. Here is 90 degrees, remember, is like the L, a capital L shape. And so they tell you that one angle is 15 degrees, and this is my stuff. This isn't in the book. And then we don't know the other one, so we put it with a variable, x. Okay, so variables have come back. And so what you do to find x is you say, well, complementary has to add up to 90. So I take 90. I already know the other one is 15. I subtract it to find out what x is going to be. And then I label it degrees because angles are always measured with degrees. And notice that, again, it doesn't look like a 0, but that it's a degree sign. And so x equals 75. The other kind of angle we learned today is a supplementary angle, and those are going to add up to 180 degrees, which is like your protractor. And here you have an example off to the right. So you have 2 angles. They have to add up to 180. You could have 3 angles. You could have 4 angles. You could have 15 angles if you wanted. But this one, I'm just going to show you the basics and show you how there are 2 angles inside this one. I show you that one is equaling 60 degrees. And so you have to find out the value of x. And so as you see, the definition is that it adds up to 180 degrees. So 180 minus 60 is 120. And again, I put the degree sign there. I kind of squished it in, and that's what x equals. The other type of angles that we are learning about is vertical. Vertical angles are made when 2 lines intersect. They're made from 2 lines. Remember, lines have to have the little swoosh marks. Oh, I didn't look that up to see what those are called. And I say angle 1 and 2, they're opposite of each other, and they're going to have the same measurement. Why? Because it's just the principle of math. The opposite the opposite angle is going to have its exact same measurement. So angle 1 will be the same as angle 2. Angle 3 will be the same as angle 4. The opposites are the same measurements. So I'm just going to say if 3 measures out to be 96 degrees, then 4 is also 96 degrees. If angle 1 measures out to be, let's see, 96, if it measures out to be 84, then angle 2 has to be 84 degrees, okay? Because that's the math rule. When 2 lines intersect and they make vertical angles, the opposites will be equal, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Your fourth kind today is congruent angles. And these are angles that are equal, and they get a little goofy symbol. It's an equal sign with a squiggly line over it, but it stays within the space. And so to say what I was talking about up here, how they're the same, instead of saying same, I'm going to say congruent, meaning equal, and I'll say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and I put that little goofy symbol because that's just the math rule. Okay, the symbol is the equal sign with a wavy line over it. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. I could also say angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. Okay? Again, I just want you to get all this down in your measurement and geometry book. I've been abbreviating that the M&G, measurement and geometry book. And then I'm going to have you try some problems in your book. It's like the ones on your sheet, but I'm going to have you try page 376. I want you to try problems 6 through 17 so I can see if you are good to go. Okay, 6 through 17. They are, once you compute the math, some of you like to take pictures of this, which is fine. They're just number answers with the degree sign. So instead of, if your computer doesn't have the degree sign, which I don't think that they do. I don't think that they do. So you can just type in the word degrees. Okay. So I want you to try 6 through 17 today after you write all of this in your measurement and geometry book. Okay. There's Monday's lesson.